Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Chris Daly and I want to talk to you today about social media content and specifically quantity versus quality. Yes, quantity, you need to get a bunch of content out there. You'll notice I have a ton out there, right? And it's in fits and starts. I don't do it the best. I recommend you do it regularly. And for my clients, my company, we'll do it regularly. We'll get 2 a week, 3 a week, whatever we agree on. Um, but for me, it's the whole thing of what the barber's haircut. He has the worst haircut in town because it's his stuff. The web developer's website's probably the worst one in town because he's busy helping clients. Um, so quantity, though, is get the stuff out there. The more you get out there, the more you get noticed by the algorithm. The more the algorithm notices you, the more people who see your stuff. But there are two different types of people. There are people who just love your 30,000 foot overview, that love your surface content. I laugh, I smile, I have a good time. On the surface, I'm a nice guy. So people like that. But are they my customers, or are they just people who associate and want to be friends and feel like they know me? And I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love all of them, but only a small percentage of those are actual customers. And how do you differentiate? First, you don't worry about it. You serve both markets, but how do you serve that customer market? You give them some details. You give them some more info. You don't give them a joke of the day, or you don't give them a, hey, good morning, I'm out in the country, I'm having a good time. That doesn't help their business. They won't become customers of you from that. They will become friends from that. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing more valuable in this world than friendships. But to become customers, they need to see you providing real value. And that's what I'm hoping an episode like this one is. It's real value of what to put in your content. Yes, so there are times when you've got to go into detail about what it is you're doing. Like this one right here, I'm going into detail on the number of times you should be posting. I'm going into detail about the type, the quantity versus the quality, and what quality means. Quality means giving them detail, giving them helpful information that will help their business. When I do the Marketing Drive podcast, that is 99% quality. I say that because it's the worst sounding podcast I do because I record it while I'm driving. But it's quality in terms of content. It is an idea, a tip, a trick, a tidbit of something that can help them in their marketing. And that's why I get people from that audience who become my customers. I get people from the peripheral content I put out who become my friends. Both extremely valuable, and both can be both. That does happen where they'll become friends first, then they'll become customers, or they'll become customers and then they develop into friendships. It doesn't matter either way, right? But make sure you're not just doing one or the other, because if all you're giving is detailed information, you might not build those relationships you want, and the algorithm is not going to spit you out in front of a bunch of people because it doesn't tick those right marks. But on the flip side, if all you're doing is, hey, I'm a cool guy, look at me, yeah, you can get a good following, but then you have to figure out, how can I convert that into paying my bills? All right, I hope that helps. I know it's sort of convoluted, but I think the point is there. And last point is about, when I say quality, it's not just the content, but the presentation. And you can greatly improve your quality by doing more. You get better the more you do it. Your first video cast, or your first podcast, or your first blog post, or your first flyer you created was not very good. I know that because mine weren't. And the longer you do it, the more you do it, the better you get at it, the more comfortable you get with who you are and what your message is. So do the quantity, to get better at doing the quality, but do the quality because at the end of the day, you're trying to help people with something and they will become your customers. All right, until next time, keep it real.